Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the MLG Pro League Season 3 coverage. Jack joined by Maven.
Hey, bud.
The night started out incredibly well. Crazy matches going down. Then we had some connection issues. The Optic Gaming versus Optic Nation match is going to be rescheduled for a later date. Now, though, we're starting up the Rise vs. Elevate series. Hope to get this one in for you tonight. Prior to this game starting up, though, we do have our Xbox One giveaway winner. Have it here on this piece of paper. Congratulations to @RyanAmos95. Ryan,
great job, Ryan.
You just won yourself an Xbox One. How easy was that? Winning about $400 worth of great stuff. We're just retweeting and following a Twitter account. Maven, we're into game number 1. Off the start, what are you going to be looking for these two teams?
Well, first thing, just to give you guys an idea of how this one will be playing out, the band's hosts are going to be TJ and Chino. Rise will be hosting 1 and 3, Elevate 2, 4, and 5. So this one, the original first hardpoint, going to be a big one. But for me, Eye's going to be on Burns for Rise. Obviously, the new addition. I think I'll mostly be focusing on the output we're going to get out of him. And then on the other side, I don't know. I mean, all these guys have been so good. I mean, I think I'm a little bit more on the Elevate hype train than the rest of you casters. I actually have them in my top 4, I think, right now, despite the way they've been doing so far in the online league. Maybe I have them overhyped. I think they're a very, very good team. If I have to pick one person to really watch, though, I'm going with Saints. I think he's going to have some big games tonight.
Right now, Rise doubling the points of Elevate. Elevate on the rotation earlier on. Classic inside this hard point. He's going to take down Chino. Saints killing the player who was challenging from the pool wall. Really what I love about this Elevate lineup is just how much freedom Saints really has on this team. They're so confident letting him play the way he wants to play. The rest of the team fills the roles they need to. It's what makes Saints such a great player is that he just knows exactly where to be at most times. Right now, they're up by about 6 seconds and building. They know exactly where the players on Rise are spawning, and it's paying off. They've held down this entire hill for the last 30 seconds. Yeah,
I think the toughest part about this series for Rise is going to be the S&Ds, though. I just feel like you have 3 players on Elevate that are very, very capable of going double digits in an S&D. I think Slack, Saints, and TJ Haley all at any point could go off for 10+ in S&D. I think that's where it's going to be the toughest for them. Right now, they're proving they can hang with him in the hardpoint game so far. Pretty tight, couple minutes in. Basically a tie score right now. Burns, 10 and 6, is on a 3 streak, Jack.
Burns, 3 streak, 5 captures already to his name. Make it 6 now. Great start from him, doing all he can. Unfortunately, though, Rise Nation still down by about 10 seconds. Saints just destroyed Weeds right there. They're going to continue holding this hard point. Burns breaks in yet again, but he gets cut down. Very back and forth at the start of this game. Honestly, maybe Rise with this new lineup.
You know what I just thought of? Oh, sorry, finish that thought. Something just popped in my head. I saw a tweet that made me think something funny, but go ahead.
I think Rise, this new lineup, I'm very confident in the way this team is going to play. I think they all mesh together very well, but go ahead, say your
I was just thinking about the funny, going back to that first series of the night where Epsilon gets their first win. Well, wait, was it game 1 when I was like, no, if they're going to win this, it needs to be done into game 5.
Oh, yeah.
And it goes to round 11. I forgot about that conversation we had, like game number 1. God, I still can't get over what a crazy series that was.
Honestly, that's like legitimately all I'm thinking about in the back of my head at times in some of these games.
I keep thinking about it too. I've gotten so many tweets about it. I pulled up the YouTube video of the game 5.
Like, imagine if that was at a major LAN and that happened. Like,
yeah, I mean, I guess it won't because like the
whole storyline behind it is the 0-8. I know,
exactly, yeah. But that's I mean, that's definitely the most I've ever got into an online match. It was a pleasure to share that with you viewers and also partially with Jack. But here we are, 6.5 left to go. 10-point advantage for Elevate. Slacked right now, 16 and 12 on a 3 streak, doing everything he can to carry this squad to victory. And Slacked, honestly, we didn't see him from what was it Gfinity on or no.
No, UMG Orlando on.
It was UMG Orlando on, yes, correct. He missed, what, 2 or 3 lands, then we saw him at X Games.
Due to his age restriction, he missed 5 months. There was 5 months where he didn't have a land from January to June.
And he was one of the best players, in my eyes. Absolutely one of the best players at X Games, and he's been playing amazing online. You see him going off right now. Young player that I love to watch, man. He is capable of going off at any moment.
Right now, though, 84-63 lead for Elevate, led by Slack. Already 8 captures to his name. Burns, with still 5.5 minutes remaining, has 12 caps at the moment. Rise Nation, though, not doing enough inside the objective. Chino 8 and 14 off the start of this game. He needs to heat up if Rise wants to mount the comeback.
Chino, I mean, looking at, he's been probably, I'd say, the most dominant Slayer for this Rise team until recent additions. I mean, adding Apathy is just disgusting. That's a pickup I didn't see coming. This is probably top to bottom one of the more talented Rise rosters I think we've had, if not the most talented. I'd like to see how far this team can go. Unfortunately, they're getting doubled up right now. Lead continues to grow for Elevate. Everyone getting on the action. Pretty balanced effort across the board for Elevate. Slacked and Saints, though, I'd say the most impressive is they've got 9 caps a pop, 18 total between the two of them. Their other two teammates have 4 total.
Pretty nutty stuff at the moment. 50-second lead for Elevate. Things to point out so far in this game. Really just seems like Elevate's doing a better job of getting in the hard point and holding it down for time and time again. There's a beautiful break from them. Saints continuing to heat up now, 18 and 15 on the 3 streak. He's going to push out this entire cave spawn. Oh, just missed that kill there on Wheats. He's going to get traded off the start, but a 60-second lead for Elevate. Maven, did you really expect anything different here on hardpoint?
I thought it could be close coming out of the wire due to the fact that this is going to be a Rise Game 1 host, but when you're... I didn't, just because, again, I think I probably have the most hype behind Elevate, but I think this Elevate team's incredible. I think when they're on point, they can hang with anybody, and right now you're seeing them get it done. And it just, for me, it comes down to the fact that they kind of have that roster that has everything you need. You have solid S&D players. You have a really good Val. You have solid Slayers across the board. You have veteran leadership coming out of Classic. They just have all the pieces, I think, to be a strong team. It just hasn't really come together entirely yet, but I really feel like it's going to over the next couple of months.
Rise doing all they can to stay in the game, down by about 37 seconds at the moment. You can see Wheats doing big things for his team, 28 and 23 at the moment with 4 captures to his name. Burns slowed down, hasn't gotten a cap for the last 2.5 minutes. He's really just trying to stay alive around the hill. Unfortunately for him, he gets cut down as well. Slacked, breaking it, 13 caps to his name, doing everything for his team. Maven, I feel like Slacked is one of the more underrated players here in AW.
And I don't know why.
Yeah.
Because I feel like every time we watch him, anytime he's at an event, he's playing so well. I think he's been, individually at least as a player, he's been at the top for me since the game really came out. It's just, like you said, I think the big thing is that he kind of disappeared for 5 months. You know, we don't see a player on LAN. You don't really hype him up. His casters don't talk about him as much. He doesn't end up getting talked about as much on Reddit in the community. He just kind of takes a back seat to the rest of the stuff going on in front of us at LANs. I really think that's the only reason, because it certainly has not been his ability to play the game.
Couldn't agree more with you on that one, Maven. He's a big reason why his team score has been elevating or has been rising. If you didn't realize, they're synonyms for each other. I
knew that was coming, and I hate you. But it's a six streak right now out of Wheats. He's gonna fall. As soon as you said elevating, I was in my head. I'm like, he's gonna say rising. He's gonna say rising.
I mean, is it just not the funniest situation that both these teams have names that are synonyms to each other?
It's something, Jack.
Just like you and I, Maven.
We're something.
Our loving relationship is something. But you know what's even better than our loving relationship? This game right now, as Rise continues to try to mount the comeback. Unfortunately, though, Elevate too strong. Slacked 35 and 28 with 15 captures to his name. When I think of numbers like that, it reminds me of a player like Azuma or Attach. If he can continue to fill that role for Elevate, you will see them definitely make the top 4. Even TJ right now, only 1 capture to his name, 28 and 30. Not having the most explosive game, but so far in Season 3, he's been electric as well. As I hop on board with him, he picks up 2, almost cuts down the 3rd. Elevate coasting to a Game 1 victory.
Yep, they're going to be able to take it, and, I mean, coasting, it was,
I mean, it's not even near over yet. It's not even near over. I just said the word coasting just because it was the first word that came to mind.
Yeah, I was like, it's not over. It's pretty close. But this one, for me, coming down the wire here with 30 points between them, they really need Wheats and Apathy to continue going off. The couple of times we've seen them have really big stretches there, like when it almost came within tie, was when Wheats went on that 7 streak. I want to see if he can really step it up here. I'm not sure if he's the host of the lobby, but him and Apathy both having great games right now. But they're going to have to break in here. They've got a chance, but they pretty much have to hold every second right now as they're trailing by 40 with just over 40 on the clock. Are they going to be able to hold this? Classic was trying to break in. He's going to get dropped. They still have set up top. They have Wheats dealing with the action. down below, pressure coming. Can they hold it off, Jack? Technically, they're still alive by just a couple of seconds.
Rise doing all they can to make the comeback happen. 25 seconds left in the game, down by about 20. They have a full hold on the hill. Gonna be up to Elevate to try to break this one more time. The push comes in. Classic picks up one. Saints finds another. Apathy and Burns both trade the kills down. 10 seconds separating these two teams, and it looks like they might have...
it depends on how the tick goes. If Saints can contest
that should do it.
That should do it. 1 second. My God, that one came down to the wire.
Yeah, that was much closer at the end than either you and I would have expected. Well, you kind of predicted it would be a nail-biter. Really Elevate slowing down the final two hills. Rise heating up. Beautiful entry kills, though, coming out of Slacked. And Classic, they were the difference makers there on that top attic hill. Here's your final kill cam from TJ Halley with that foul in hand, picking up the kill on Chino. Chino started off very slow, began to heat up at the end. 46 and 31, an 8 streak from Apathy to end that game.
Yeah, you got pretty big performances there out of your dominant Slayers, really on either side. Elevate just holds it off, and that's a big win. When you take that game one, I think it's going to be now an Elevate host, which again, I think they have 3 excellent S&D players in Slack, Saints, and TJ Haley. Not to knock Classic, I just know a lot of times, like if it's Detroit or something, he'll be the sniper, kind of playing a little more patiently, watching the flank, watching across.
Yeah.
Well, those guys will be more up in your face, picking up those big kills. So a lot of times, they'll be the one with the more flashy numbers, even though he's doing his role. Game 2 is going to be a very tough one for Rise to take. I think this is looking very, very strong for Elevate early.
Game 2, Search and Destroy, Elevate's best game mode. They're 6-4 in it so far in Season 3. S&D is Rise's worst. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. When we come back from this quick commercial break, game number 2, stay tuned.